Okay, so this is our token-based authentication. I will go to package.json first. In package.json, what all do we have? NestJS JWT, NestJS passport, right? And then bcrypt.js. Bcrypt we don't need, we need only bcrypt.js. Then passport and passport JWT. And passport local if you are using a local strategy. But we need passport, passport JWT, NestJS passport, NestJS JWT. Okay. I mean, I'm using the existing code which we have used in the cookie based and a session based. So I'm not writing any new code. You can just follow up on the code. So here also we are writing app module. Inside app module, we are using domain module, and here we are using database module, user module. Let me just check the auth module. Yeah, JWT module.register. Here you can pass the options JWT module.register, and here passport module.register. Default strategy session is false, and for that we have a guard. The strategies are here, and this is the access token guard, right? Auth guard JWT, and this is access token strategy. In this code, we are trying to access the access token from cookies, but in real time what we will do is extract JWT from authorization as bearer. Okay, this will be the code looks like. I changed the implementation a bit because now we will be getting the code, the authorization header from the bearer. I mean, from the authorization header we will get access token, and here we will be validating that against this secret key. So either you provide this secret key on JWT module.register, or you can specify here secret or key. We are using the same secret key for login. Like here we are doing login. So what we will do, we will not return cookies like this because we are purely using token-based authentication. So what we can do is we can just simply return response. We are not using request, we are not using response. So this is login. Okay, login, it is validating the username and password. Here, if everything is good, it is creating token. It is creating token by simply using JWT service .sign async. This is the data I'm adding in the token, and it is giving me the refresh token and access token. The expiry is 1 day. Maybe for refresh token I can just say 7 days. It gives me access token and refresh token, which I will get in the auth controller. This is the first step. You do the login. Now if you are trying to access any protected APIs, let's say refresh or logout, then we are adding these particular guard, access token guard. That means you can access logout only when you have token being passed in the authorization header. So for that we are not sending cookies. We are just saying, okay, logout. One important thing here is, let me just remove this thing because we are not doing any token thing now. Yeah, refresh token. So whatever the token we are getting, we are returning it. Refresh token guard, that means here also this is another refresh token guard. Refresh token strategy, this also will change according to that. So here we will be getting this from authorization as bearer. I'm just taking some help on the code completer, so we can just use this validate method. Yes. So for refresh token guard, we are passing the refresh token secret. We are getting the refresh token from the authorization header, and we are just doing all these validations. This is access token guard, and this is refresh token guard. All these are getting applied on auth controller. Like here I need a refresh token guard. Here I need access token guard. If I go to the user controller, where is user controller? Inside auth, user controller. If I try to access any other API, let's say this is the create user, this is fine. Here if I try to update, or let's say search, or let's say one particular API, give me the list of all the users. Here I'm checking access token guard, that means you are passing the token in the authorization bearer. Role guard, because we are doing a role check. I mean, you can also skip it. This is for admin users, because you are trying to access, you are trying to get all the users in the system. Okay, now let's play with this. So now let's play with the APIs. We already exposing Swagger, right? So we can just do the login and just try to go through all these APIs in the next section. Okay, so here you can register a user. I will just do is demo, or let's say root@gmail.com. 1 2 3. Okay, so this should be able to, password must be longer than 8 characters. That is correct. 1 2 3 4. Password is created. Now I will try to do the login. So username is root. So it should give me the access token and the refresh token. Permissions are not set yet, but this is the access token that you can set in the authorization bearer. Let's say I can put this here on the top. So this will be forwarded to all the APIs in the bearer. So I can just do users. Let's see. Yes, it is giving me all this data, right? But if I just, let's say, log out, that means I'm not passing any bearer token, then it is saying unauthorized. So it works, right? I can zoom it and show. If I just copy and paste the bearer token, because now I am in all these strategies, I'm extracting this authorization, this access token from the authorization bearer token, right? So it will allow me to access the user API and get all the users. If I just disable this thing, and if I try to access this API, I will get 401 unauthorized, because that is coming from this strategy, JWT strategy. Similarly for the refresh token strategy, once you're logged in, you can access all these information like get user domain. I mean, there is a role set of roles also, but that is fine. For this particular demo, this is how you exchange the token from the client to server, and then that same token you need to send back, because here you can see we are not sending any authorization bearer header. But when I set something here, authorize, execute, you can see the curl request. We are sending authorization bearer head, authorization token in the authorization header, right? Access token. This is authorization is a header key, and this is the value. And our guard is able to decode this thing. First validate the token if it is valid, then extract the information, validate it against the same secret key. So for that we have specified the env file. Here refresh token secret, access token secret. And this is my database connection to which we are connected. So I'm creating user, I'm validating user with this token. So the whole setup is kind of very simple. We are just creating a simple user controller to onboard users through user service and controller. Here you can see we are creating a simple user with the username password. Password we are creating hash version, that is the user controller. Now auth, we have a guard and strategy, similarly auth controller. Let's talk about the login. Here we are validating username password. If everything is good, we are creating token, access token, the refresh token using JWT service. This is not we built. We have already registered a JWT module, inbuilt JWT module. So now we can access the JWT service, sign a sync. It will create access token and refresh token with the secret, because with the same secret you need to decode and verify the token. Okay, and we just create this. And now when we are doing login, we are validating and getting the token. Now, once you are logged in, you will try to access any of these API in the user controller. Let's say give me the list of all the users, or update user, delete user, search user. Here I'm trying to get all the users, right? So for that I need to add access token guard. What this guard and the strategy is doing, if you see, this guard comes with a strategy. We are decoding the token from the authorization header, validating this against the secret key, same secret key using which we created a token. If everything is good, it will give us the JWT payload, the payload using which we created a token. And then you can just validate a JWT payload. In the payload you also have email. Just check, okay, you have that user with the same email, then yes, everything is good. You should allow user to log in. So this is all about the token based. I mean, this is the code, and I think you can play with the session based, cookie based, and token based. They are kind of similar because we just did enhancement. We didn't write the whole code again, because if you see here, all the typeorm entities and all I'm using. This is the user entity. This is the database module, which contains database module, service, and config. Here inside DOM I have authentication, core module does not have anything much, but this is user module. Domain module is a part of combining user module and auth module, and the same domain module is being used here in the app module. Config module, we are using NestJS config module. It will automatically read .env and populate that in the process.env. DB module, this is a database module. We are registering at the root. All the typeorm stuff is happening in the database module. So I just created a wrapper on top of NestJS typeorm module, so we can just write past entities and all. Okay, that's it all about.